Torchwood is an Earth-based secret organization who protect humanity and Earth against alien invasion and alien technology that has been left by aliens on the planet. We are based in Cardiff, Wales, where there is a rift in space and time that runs through the city, which is where all of this stuff falls through, and also aliens fall through. So you know, I could compare it to other shows that are have been on and in America, but there's nothing to compare it to. This is a sole individual sci-fi TV series specifically for BBC America. What do we know about Captain Jack? Captain Jack is sexy, he is smart, he's cool, he's a hero, he's a little dark. He enjoys what he does. We know that he cannot die. We find that out right off the bat. Episode 1, something extreme happens to him, and he comes back to life. Total shock. Well, that is something that is explained in his back history, which you'll learn more about in the future. Other things we know about him: he fancies anybody and anything. He is an omnisexual being, human being from the 51st century. He was a rogue time agent who was into conning people out of money and things to help himself, and consequently, through the course of doing that, turned himself around and has become a very kind of humanity-based and someone who is all for the saving of humanity and Earth. So basically, he's the new hero of the world. When we first meet Captain Jack, he's in Doctor Who, and he arrives as a rogue time agent who is doing what they call self-cleaning cons. A con that is set up, and as the con develops, at the end of it, it will wipe itself clean. It will disappear because the person won't even know that they've been conned. That's how we know Jack. He's unlikable because he's really kind of into himself. He's really confident, more arrogant than confident, and really into himself. Now, as time progresses in Doctor Who, he becomes more likable. Jack becomes, as time moves on, Jack becomes more about the team and more about helping the situation and thinks less about himself. When he moves into Torchwood, he is all for his team, the people around him: Gwen, Owen, Toshiko, Yanto. He is there for them. He's the leader of the pack. In Doctor Who, he is the brawn. The Doctor's the brains. Martha is the beauty, or Rose is the beauty, depending on which assistant we're on right now. And Jack is the brawn. In Torchwood, he is the leader. And everybody else, we've got Toshiko, who's the computer genius. We've got Yanto, who starts out as the coffee boy, but turns into something very different as the series goes on. We have Gwen, who is the heart of the organization. And we have Owen, who is the medical man. And we have Jack, who's the leader. That is the Torchwood team. That's what Jack becomes. I think the humor in Torchwood will translate because American audiences are smart, and the BBC America audience is very smart. And sometimes programming in the US tends to underestimate the intelligence of the audience. And yeah, I think they're going to get it. I think they're really going to get it because the humor in Torchwood and the stories in Torchwood, although they're based around alien technology, they're stories and situations that we deal with every day. And they're things that we say at the water cooler. They're subjects we talk about. Some subjects we don't talk about, but should talk about. And so in Torchwood, we're actually saying what you really would like to say. Jack is the type of boss that pushes his team to the limits. Now, when any boss pushes his employees to the limits, there's going to be confrontation. But Jack kind of wants that confrontation to happen because Jack knows that after that confrontation, they'll have dealt with issues. They'll have resolved something within themselves. And he knows that each one of his team has an issue and they have to face it and deal with it just in the way that he has faced his issues and dealt with them in Doctor Who and also in Torchwood. Now, when it does happen, it's rough because when you're part of Torchwood, you're working in life-threatening situations. So when you get to a point and it boils up and you have a confrontation with someone, it's a big confrontation. And that happens with each of them towards Jack. And what comes out of that develops their relationship as a team where they kind of have more respect for each other. There's more love then that comes from them towards each other. It's a really good, interesting balance and mix. I've learned every character I've played. I have learned an incredible amount from, and it's partially the brilliance of the writing and Chris Chibnall and Russell T Davies, who are Chris Chibnall, who is our head writer, and Russell, who supervises everything, and the creator. They give us such wonderful scripts. So yes, I learn a lot from Captain Jack, but I like to think of myself as a really kind of maybe a good leader. But I don't know if other people will think that. I like to think of myself, okay, maybe I am a role model in certain aspects. I'm a role model for the gay community. I'm a role model for young men and women who are struggling with certain aspects of their life. And if I'm, give them a message, all I can say is that be proud of who you are and don't hide. And be a good human being, a good individual, respect your family, and people will then hopefully in return respect you no matter who you are, what you are. And I have also learned that from Jack. So maybe Jack is John and John is Jack. Captain Jack has a secret safe that is stored in his office, and if you are very interested, you can go online to the BBC website, and you can check out Jack's desk, and you can go into this safe, and within this safe, they have every piece of alien technology that Torchwood has scavenged in this current first series, and oh my, some of it would be very intriguing to have because we could learn so much, and one of the things that Jack is responsible for and the Torchwood team are responsible for is to not allow humanity to get a hold of this because it could change. It could change everything. Yet, in the first episode, what does the team do? Each one of them takes something home and uses it. And what could be fun, which you think it's going to be all fun for them, turns out to be a disaster. Absolute disaster. And there's one piece of technology that's going to come that will be brought back, probably, you'll be introduced to it, introduced to this new technology in a couple of episodes, and it is something that if we had that, people would be using it on a daily basis, and our world would be screwed up. It's the glove.
And that's right in the first episode.
People would be bringing back their dead relatives. Yet we would all die. Your relatives would be, that's the amazing thing about the glove is that if you could use it, you would be bringing back your loved ones, but in return, your loved ones would be taking your life. So there's the catch-22, but, and that would destroy us because not only would the dead would be walking the earth, but the living would be dead. It's a dichotomy, is that right?